G'day punters, this video is all about Fraser Island. Snapshot, quick look at our recent trip. G'day punters, welcome to Kingfisher, Fraser Island, or as the Indigenous say, Gari. See, the weather's a little bit less than pleasant. Headed swimming pool and spa. Boss is over there in the spa with a couple of mates. Here at the sandbar at Kingfisher, one of the two dining establishments. If you want to know more about this and the other eating establishment, check out Google reviews. I've done two. Getting some linguine. Check it out. Linguine. It's a prawn one. They're hiding under the bosses. Here's a bit more exposed, and some vegetarian pizza if you're that way inclined. Thanks, Craig. And some barley hops.
I'm going to do the ranger guided canoe on Fraser Island. I'm with Craig.
Hello. I'm a marine ecologist, so please ask me any questions too as we go. Lovely clear water this morning. We're just going to take it nice and easy along the beach side. Hello!
Oh yeah, up there.
Lots of beautiful birds in this area. So when you visit creeks like Eli Creek here, Dundonga, it's beautiful fresh water. You'll notice as we paddle through, so it's an estuary, so we have really salty seawater at the beginning. As we go through, it actually turns more and more fresh as we head on in, and you'll see the little freshwater bubbling up. Even when you see the mangrove seed pod, it's like a clone of the tree, the mother tree, and it's everything ready to go in that seed pod. It's so clever. It drops into the water, it floats vertically down the creek out into the open, and it wants to plant itself into the sand. It's perfectly designed to have one heavier end sits downwards, and that's got the roots. So as soon as it goes into the sand, the roots shoot off, and out of the top just sprout the leaves. So it's like it's ready to go. Very, very clever.
Just in line with my paddle at the moment. It's coming up. It's coming right up. I know, it's going towards you now.
Yeah, it's coming back towards you. Just checked out of Kingfisher. This is the foyer area. Going to do a little bit of sightseeing across our way across the island. McKenzie Wharf, Lake McKenzie, Central Station. Then we'll head up north a little bit, then further east. So we come out the beach on the east side, north of Eurong. Then drive back down to Eurong because that's where we're staying for the next 3 nights. Couldn't get out to Mackenzie boat ramp by driving, had to walk 2.5 kilometres one way, so 5 kilometres return. We don't have the time, so we skip that. We're here at Central Station. A few people around. Old timber logging township. I think there's 2 schools here at one stage. Some nice eucalyptus and some nice pine trees around here. At one stage in the early 70s, this was just about all sand in here, so it's rehabilitated pretty well since then. And there's a little creek just down this way. Looks like to be an old petrol bowser there. Well, that was a bowser. Old garage facility, like a service station. One of the first buildings to be built here. This is track behind it down to Wangulba Creek. It mightn't look like it, but that sandy bottom there is actually a flowing creek. The little walk along that creek took about 10 minutes. Take your time, plenty to see down there. Very scenic. Brings you back up to where we more or less started, though the garage is back up that way. But yeah, this is still Central Station, so it's a bit of a loop. On the way to Lake McKenzie, Pile Valley. Valley of some big eucalypts, I think. It's huge. We're there. That's what the map says. The boss is off in front. She's in racing again. Off down to Lake McKenzie. Have a look. Well, the place has changed quite a bit since we were here last, which is quite a few decades ago. I'll talk to you more about that shortly. Still looks pretty spectacular. Friend Janine and Craig, who are travelling with us, Janine gave us a report on the water temperature here at Lake McKenzie before we came across. She said 24 degrees. I think she was dreaming about that. Might have been the air temperature. For the amount of vehicles up in the car park, there's not many people down here in the water or by the beach. When we tested the water out, we reckon it's somewhere between 20 and 22 degrees centigrade, so not too bad really, in the shallows anyhow. The pink flamingo. We're about 7 kilometres by track from the eastern beach, so we're north of Eurong now, walking to Lake Wabi Lookout. I see a bit of water down here. Yeah, people down there too. I'll put you up in there so I can look. There's a whole bunch of people at the far end there. Just pulled into another lookout just before we drop down into the beach. Tell you what name it is. I want to go back to the sign. Stone something. Stone Tool Sand Blow. That's right. It's all about the sand dune taking over some of the trees, vegetation. I think there's a fairly long walking trail that goes from north to south. We're sort of on it at the moment. Supposed to be walking to the Valley of Giants. Can't drive there apparently. Boss got some info about it being 1.5 kilometres from where we left the car. Been walking for about half an hour. I think we've done the 1.5 kilometres. About 40 minutes into this walk. Mate's got his phone. I didn't bring my phone with me. Showed a Valley of the Giants campground icon, and at about the halfway mark, 30 minutes in, we're about halfway. I think we're about 40 minutes now. Trees have changed, bigger eucalypts here. Here you go. It's a nice looking tree, that. Back to the car. We walked 55 minutes one way. It's heading back to the east beach. Left the others behind. I'll get in here, get the car started. Got the fridge running. Tell you a bit more. Yeah, back to the Hammer Maps. Travelling along the east coast, north of Eurong Beach, past Lake Wabi turnoff, Poyungan Valley turnoff. It's right about there. You can see a little arrow. That's where we are. There's a little yellow line that comes down here up to this camping site up there. That camping site is Valley of the Giants hikers camp. So we'll probably, I don't know, I reckon probably a kilometre from there walk. So that's where we've been. Yeah, it's a nice walk, it's pretty easy. Lake Karawangara. Lake's about 150 metres from the car park or the toilets, so it's what the sign says, but it's probably actually more than that. It's probably closer to 200, 250 metres. A couple of car parks. We're parked over the left. People parked over the right here, having lunch. Not quite as busy as Lake McKenzie. It's a brown lake, so it's tannin coloured water. The road we're on is a scenic loop. It brings us back into the top of Happy Valley, which is where we're heading next. Eli Creek. Probably the most people have ever seen here. Well, as I say, it's been a long while since I've been here, but cars keep on going that way as well. Haven't seen anybody go across there yet. Boss is heading down. Mates are getting ready. Check it out, eh? Yeah, a couple of people shot across there, but I don't know if they can get further down there. Not sure. Probably the best weather we've had in the 4 days we've been here so far. Oh, this is the beginning of the drift down Eli Creek.
So crystal clear though, isn't it?
It's beautiful,
Imagine on a nice hot day, a refreshing float.
You're just walking.
Yeah.
It's actually really shallow and not much current. I'm kind of walking along, not just floating.
He doesn't need any introduction, so you should know what it is. Tide's still in a fair way, so we can't walk around the other side. Awkward beach up there, you can see. Tip of Fraser right over there. Waddy Point, just here. We're actually going to climb over the other side. A mate who comes up here quite regularly says there's a nice little swimming spot over the other side. Inevitably there's going to be some wind here. I'll point you the other way. don't think any of us are going to go down there for a swim. Skipped on now. Champagne pools on the way back. There were a fair few people here earlier, so we just kept on going up to Orchid Beach. And these are generally better other than at high tide. Back into Kingfisher now, heading back to Fraser. 10:30 barge. Little lineup. The barges have pulled up, so it must be an early one. Just thought I'd show you this, the water separator. See the water there? I'm stirring up the tyres. Look, the water that's fallen out of there. See it dripping. Good investment, absolutely. So for those people out there with ARB or TJM or even any aftermarket compressor without a water separator and you deflate and inflate all the time, maybe you should think about a water separator, eh?